All right, let's move it to the East Coast, a little bit closer to the East Coast with Syracuse coming off a bit of a challenging season with 2 wins in the ACC, 4 wins overall. We bring in John Casillo from Noon's Magician. John, thanks for jumping on with us tonight.
Yeah, of course.
So 247's got you at 55th in the country, and certainly you write for a program and cover a program where you're not necessarily looking at those numbers and not vying for a particular rank. So you're looking a little bit deeper into the quality of the prospects and how it fits your program, the personnel losses. So how do you feel about the class right now?
I feel pretty good. You look at how last year we really kind of had to struggle over about a month and a half when Dino Babers arrived to scrap the class that was there to fit Scott Schaefer's system and move to a much faster spread offense and a whole new defensive scheme as well. So this year, having a full cycle, no, we're not seeing, 5 stars, running the door, and that's probably never going to happen. But what we are seeing right now is guys who really do fit the system and ones that either were overlooked in places like Florida, places like Michigan, Ohio, places that are, loaded with talent, and in some of the lower divisions in the high school ranks. Those are the guys that, Babers and his staff have been able to get repeatedly, both when they were at Bowling Green and now at Syracuse.
You mentioned Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, some of those places with fine high school football talent. One of those other states, of course, is New Jersey, and that's where you were able to reel in one of the top pro-style quarterbacks in the nation, a top 10 player in Tommy DeVito. We got to see him this afternoon on ESPN. And your thoughts about what you've heard of him, maybe what you've seen on video about a possible starting quarterback for you.
I mean, DeVito really is he's a true ambassador for the program, but on top of that, he's a legitimate player. What he did at Don Bosco, he was able to lead his team to a state championship game. I actually got to see him out here in Los Angeles at the Elite 11 event, and he held his own against a lot of quarterbacks at quote unquote better schools. He's a guy that has a lot of touch, a lot of accuracy. He knows how to make some really impressive throws already, and that when I saw him, that was back in the fall, so the beginning of his senior year of high school. And he's the type of guy who can really kind of lead this program and be a great fit for what Dino Babers wants to do.
So overall, looking at the class, and again, we forget the ranking because once you get to this point in the rankings, I don't know that they're nationally actually that relevant. Dino Babers on the recruiting trail, what would be your evaluation of him finishing up the class from last year and now this second class?
I mean, I think, I'll give him a B+ for the time being. I think you just got to couch against the fact that this is building on something that was pretty far down the list in terms of, appealing jobs and appealing places to play when he took over. And I think, if this year we see progress, then the ante gets up for him, but then the selling point gets up for him as well. So right now, B+, but he has a lot of potential to turn that into an A over the next couple of years.
All right. If you want to keep up on Syracuse athletics in general, Syracuse football in particular, join John on Noon's Magician there on the SB Nation platform for Syracuse athletics. John, thanks for jumping on board for our big National Signing Day special.
Of course. Thanks, Mark.